The moonlit sky was once again resurfacing above the desert. Many years ago, maybe even hundreds of thousands, the place had been brimming with numerous kinds of lively and cheerful inhabitants. But alas, it seemed as though time had truly been unforgiving here, especially since the two neutron stars orbiting the planet had collided. Naturally, it didn't help either that the once advanced artificial intelligence machines had succumbed to consciousness and a terrible war ensued between them and their makers. But that was all in the past. Right now, in the desolate landscape, one little neon furball-like creature was exploring the possibility of, perhaps, being the last one of her kind.
Here I go exploring again. Ha! Maybe this time I'll figure out a way to keep those darn pebbles from getting under my claws. It was not my fault though, since climbing above those sand dunes was the only way of reaching out further than last time.
Weeks had gone by since Bolt departed from the last known sighting of a provisional settlement. These types of settlements used to be his kind's way of navigating the once prosperous land. Bolt had been seeking them out vigorously, but was feeling increasingly emptier each time his search would fail. The only lead he still had were the trails of autonomous train tracks that connected the aforementioned encampments.
So, if I were to follow each and every one of his tracks, it would literally take me several lifetimes to reach the end of every one of them. Lifetimes I don't have. Maybe I should just.
It was at that moment that a firefly suddenly teleported right in front of Bolt's nose. Fireflies were once considered to be messengers of the sky in those lands, and were very dear to all neon furball-like creatures, since they kind of emulated each other's capabilities of emitting light. Bolt couldn't believe her luck. She had only heard stories of such critters from holographic info desks, and had always taken them, until now, to be myths.
This is the stuff that dreams are made of. Forget about those cold, lifeless autonomous trains and their darn tracks, this is what I've been praying for all along.
But Bolt was in for an unfortunate surprise. The firefly was, in fact, just a beacon, a guiding light. Having been conversing with herself, and herself only, for such a long time, Bolt's mind was playing tricks on her. Bolt, having realized the mistake, was taken quite aback.
Ah, shucks. You know what I always say about getting my hopes up, yet still I went ahead and did it anyway. Serves me right. All the same, that doesn't mean that this beacon cannot serve as my firefly for tonight. Better follow it before its transmitter's battery dies out. Who knows what it holds in store for me?
Bolt's hopeful demeanor had kept her alive and kicking, and emitting light for that matter, when all else had failed, so it was the one thing she had learned to keep close to her heart. Upon following the trail superimposed on the ground by the light beacon, it became increasingly clear that it was leading towards what seemed to be a cave-like structure amidst the dunes. The neon furball-like creature was starting to feel her chest tightening up as she was approaching the cave's entrance. It was a feeling she would get every time she was close to finding out more about her distant relatives and of the fate that had permanently sealed their relationship to her.
Push comes to shove, in the very least I will be getting a comfy place to sleep for tonight. It's not like I don't enjoy taking a nap under the bright moonlit sky, but the desert can get pretty chilly, especially come morning. I'd better keep moving, I'm almost there.
Happening upon the entrance, Bolt took a sharp, steep breath and let herself slowly slide along the slippery walls. The beacon trail had finally subsided, so now Bolt only had her own fur as a lantern of sorts. As she deepened into the cave, Bolt was beginning to find bits and pieces of interlocking metal that would somehow evoke strange feelings of familiarity within her. It was difficult for Bolt to pinpoint where or when she had seen something like them before, but as she was letting her mind wander, she arrived before a closed-up mausoleum.
This is weird. I have yet to see anything like this in any of my adventures. If I'm being honest with myself, it's a bit eerie and even more than a tiny bit creepy. I wonder what this could be and if maybe I should be turning back.
She also thought about sleeping in the cold once again, but it was her curiosity that prevailed in the end. Reaching for the handle, not knowing that the entirety of her previous explorations could not prepare her for the following moment, she opened the door to find